In today's digital world, every click, every product view, and every purchase tells a story. Some businesses listen to that story and grow, others ignore it and get left behind. So think about this. Two online stores can sell the same product at the same price, but the one that understands its customers, tracks sales performance, and knows which product drive profit will always win. That advantage comes from data, and more importantly, the ability to analyze that data. Hey, my name is Augustine. Welcome back to the BI Analyst Hub. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to transform raw, messy e-commerce data into clean, interactive, and insightful e-commerce dashboard, all in Microsoft Excel. So by the end of this series, you won't just know how to build a dashboard. You understand how businesses use dashboard to identify their best selling products, track revenue and profit performance, and make decisions that increase sales and reduce losses. So here's the deal: whether you are a student, or a data analyst, or a business owner, or even you are someone looking to build a real world Excel project for your portfolio, this tutorial is going to level up your skills. So, what are you waiting for? Just grab your laptop, open your Excel workbook, and let's turn ordinary data into powerful business intelligence. See you there. All right, so you're all come to the part four of the advanced e-commerce dashboard in Microsoft Excel. So if you have not watched the first, second, and third video, I recommend that you watch them before you come to this video because we covered everything there in the first, second, and third video. So before you can, proceed or follow me step by step, you should watch or you must watch the first, second, and third video before you move to this, fourth part. Now, I will leave a link in the description area to the first, second, and third video, and then also a link for you to download the data set for free in the comment section. So kindly make sure you check them out. And if today is your first time watching my videos, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, and then turn on your notification so that anytime I post a new video, you'll be the first person to see it. All right, so this is what is happening on the dashboard. Now this dashboard is for transactions only, right? So the total transaction of 61,000 is broken down into months, into weekday, into quarter, and then into year. And then also it's also broken down into business type and then what by customers and then what by product. So we are going to do the same thing for quantity ordered, net sales, and then profit margin. But then I don't want this series to be so long. So I'll we I went through with you to with the transactions, right? With the transactions, we went through everything together in the third video. That's the previous video. So I'll give the quantity order, the net sales, and then the profit margin to you as an assignment. Now, for you to be able to do these three, you must watch the transactions. Video. That's the third video. So when you watch the third video, we went through everything step by step. So just follow the third video, and then you'll be able to do the net sales and then the profit margin and then also the quantity ordered, right? So what you are just going to do is when you watch or when you check the completed version here, when you check the completed version, this area is what for what the transactions, right? So forget about the buttons here, right? This area is for the transactions. This area is for the quantity ordered. This is for net sales, and then this is what for profit margin. As I said, I don't want the series to be so long, so I'm just going to leave it for you to do as an assignment, right? So the only thing that you have to do is when you check here, when you check the transactions dashboard, we are representing uh the information for only transactions, right? Now when you come to the quantity dashboard, we are we are only representing the information for what the quantity ordered, right? So the same thing is what we are going to do here. So when you come here, let me just check something. All right. When you come here, in order to move to the so this is the transactions, right? And then you have everything here. Right. So when you watch the previous video, we did all these things here. Perfect. So now when you want to move to the quantity ordered, what you have to just do is just select this and then copy it, right? So control C to copy. Now you just have to come here, make sure you just differentiate. So something like this, you see that, and then you paste this one here. Sorry, let's copy it again. Perfect. And then you paste it here, right? Somewhere here. Right, perfect. So now, watch here. The only thing that you have to do here, right? The only thing that you have to do here is what is to remove the quantity, the transactions, right? And then placing what the quantity ordered. Do you see that? And then you use this one for your chart, right? Perfect. So when you come to when you're on the transactions, everything here is showing as what transaction. When you're on quantity ordered, everything here must show as what quantity ordered. Do you see that? Perfect. So this is your assignment. You make sure you watch the third video and then you make sure you complete the assignment, right? Perfect. But then in this video, we are just moving on to what the returns, right? We want to move to the returns. Now the returns I've done everything here. So if you want to know this color, just the color is the custom color I use is what is EB8 B44 EB8 B44 for this orange color, and then I'm using the same color here, but then the transparency is on what 30%. Perfect. And then this one was here. You just have to move it down and then make sure it is the same height as this one. Perfect. Now when you watch the completed version of this dashboard, we have to get, let me show you. This is what I'm talking about. So we have what the quantity returned, the refund amount, and then what the refund rate. But when you come to this, let me show you something here. When you come to this, the dashboard that we are working on currently, we don't have those metrics here, right? We don't have the quantity returned, we don't have the refund amount, and then we don't have what the refund rate. We don't have those things here, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to write a DAX measure, right? You are going to write a measure or a calculation for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the quantity ordered. I'm going to remove the month. So it's left with what a blank pivot table here. So I'll go to Power Pivot. I'll go to Measure and I'll click on New Measure. Now the measure that I want to have, or the measure that I want to make analysis on is what the quantity returned. So I'll make this one big. And you make sure the table name is on what calculations, and then the measure name is going to be what's the measure name? And the measure name is going to be what quantity returned, right? So because we are working on the returns. Now this here is going to be what we are just going to sum what the quantity returns column, the quantity returns column in the returns table. Do you see that? So the sum function requires what a column name. Now the column name is what the return quantity, right? So the column name must come with what the table name, because you have what about 5 or 8 tables, right? So you have to specify the table that you want to pick the column from, right? So the column is what the quantity return coming from what the returns table. Do you see that? Perfect. So let's close this, then check our formula. We don't have any error because this is a number. We choose number and then you choose what a whole number, and you see comma separator, and then you hit what okay. Perfect. So this, let's minimize this a little bit. Perfect. So this becomes what our quantity returned, right? The quantity that the customers returned. Now, since we know the quantity that the customers returned, let us see the amount that we are refunding, right? The amount that we are giving back to the customers. So this is the scenario. The customer made the purchase with, let's say, maybe the customer bought, let's say, 10 products, right? The 10 products. When we deliver the product to the customer then realized that about 4 of the products are damaged, right? About 4 of the products are damaged, or the 4 of the products does not meet the specification of the customer, right? So the customer then returned the product, that 4 products back, And then so let's say the 10 product cost maybe $200, right? $200. And then the four products, the cost of the four products is, let's say, maybe $30, right? So the customer returned those four products, those four damaged products, right? So we don't have to refund all the $200 to the customer, right? We only have to refund what the quantity that the customer was returned, right? We only have to refund the quantity that the customer returned. So in this case, what the four, how do you call it? The four products. Do you see? Do you get the scenario? Perfect. So now let's write that's calculation for the refund amount, right? For the refund amount. So what we are going to do is let's make this one big so that you see what we are trying to do. And then this is going to be what uh refund amount. Perfect. So now watch here. This is we are going to use a function called a sum x. Now the reason why we are not using sum is that we are just going to put in two columns, right? Two columns in the same table. Two columns. So that's why we have to bring what the x here. But then if we are just summing only one column, then we can use what sum function. So now what we are required, what the sum x function required from us is what the table and then what the expression. So the table that we have to put in is what is the returns table. So returns table. Now the expression is going to be multiply the return quantity, right? The return quantity in the returns table by what the unit price in the returns table. Do you see that? So this is the returns table, and then the column is what the unit price. So you double click on this, close it, and then we check our formula, and you see we don't have any error. So this is a currency, so we choose currency. Let's see one decimal place, and then we hit what? Okay, perfect. So let me minimize this. I don't know why it is showing us. Okay, so this becomes what 6 million, right? So out of the sales that we made, we just refunded what 6 million to what our customers, right? Perfect. So now it's left with one last measure. Now this measure is going to be what the refund rate. Let's see the rate at which we are the customers are returning the product, and then the rate at which we are also what refunding back to the customers, right? So this is the scenario. So this is going to be what the refund rate. Now this is very simple. Because we want to get the percentage, we use what the divide function. Right? The divide function requires what a numerator and then a denominator, and then alternative. So anything that you see in a square bracket means it is what optional. So let's see that. So now here I'm going to put in the what should I put in? Is it the refund rate? Sorry, the refund amount, comma, and then the denominator is going to be what? The gross revenue. Now the reason why we are putting in the gross revenue instead of the net sales is that we don't have to we don't have to take any deductions from our sales before we check the refund rate, right? Perfect. So the alternative is going to be zero, because in case we are dividing by a zero, the answer should be what? Zero. So close it. Let's check our function. Everything is working perfectly. This is going to be percentage, so we choose number, then we come and choose percentage here with one decimal place. Let's see what we are going to get. Perfect. So our refund rate is what? 7.8%, right? 7.8%. Now I'm going to just select this control one. We have our format here, right? We already have our format. So we already have our format. So we are going to choose, we go to custom format, custom, then we are going to choose okay, so do you know what we are going to do? Let's select only this one. Control one, select this. Because this is a number, we don't have to put So something like this. Do you see that? So if you are wondering how we're able to do it, so just watch here and then type it in. Right. Perfect. So when I click on OK, I can copy the same thing, go to home, copy the format and then paste it on this. Now, because in our formatting, we made use of the thousands and then what millions. So you see, this one is 6 million. Let's use one decimal, please. So 6.4 million. You see that? And this is what 7.8%. Perfect. So we are done with the KPIs, right? So we can represent the KPIs in our, on our dashboard. So let's exit. Then bring the formula bar. Now, when you come to returns, what we are going to do is let's go to insert rather, right? Or we can just go to transactions, right? Then we can copy this label, Control C, and you can come here and you can paste it here, Control V. You see that? So that will be on the same page. So this is going to be our quantity returned. Perfect. Control D to duplicate. Forget about the color right now. Control 1. Then go to test options. The fill color should be this dark color here. Perfect. So this is going to be our refund amount. Sorry. So refund amount, let's make it big. Perfect. Let's center it like this. Perfect. And then Control D to duplicate. And this is going to be what? Our refund rate. So just rate. So something like this. Do you see that? Perfect. Now if you want to align them properly, just hold your control, select all of them, come to shape format, align them to the top. So they are both aligned to the top. Perfect. So now this one, we are going to duplicate this, bring this one something somewhere here. So this one, we have to bring it down, right? For the icons too, sorry. So this one, let's bring it down. Use your arrow key on your keyboard. Perfect. So this is going to be, this also come down. Now this should go to the top a little. Perfect. Something like this is okay. So you make sure you take your time and then you do it nicely, right? So we are going to make this one big. Then select the shape like this. Come here and then equal to. Then you come to the analysis sheet and come and reference the quantity. Then hit enter. So it will be 14K here. Perfect. So what we are going to do is let's make it big. Something like this. We are using the let's use the Calibri body. Perfect. And then the font is going to be this white color. Let's make it, I think 32. All right, 32 is okay. Perfect. So let's duplicate this, position it here, equal to, let's go and reference the refund amount here, and then duplicate this one too, and then let's go and reference the refund rate here, enter. So watch here. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the same thing. So select this one, double click on the brush icon, paste it here, escape to escape. Now select this one, control 1, the fill color, toggle to test options. The fill color should be this dark color. This one too, the fill color should be this dark color. Now I think we will have to, reduce the size, right? Reduce the size to maybe somewhere 28 or maybe 24, right? So this is okay. So this, sorry, this the format for this should be control one. The format should be the one with what, the dollar sign, right? The one with the dollar sign. So I'll choose this. So something like this, right? And then have one decimal place like this. So it should reflect here. Do you see that? Yes. So that is the reason why we referenced it instead of we manually typing it here. Perfect. So this is what we have here. I think we can, make it big, like 28. Perfect. So this one, I'm going to something like this. Do you see that? Perfect. So uh select this, hold your control, then let's align them to the top. Perfect. Do you see what we have right now? Perfect. So select this, bring it down a little. Perfect. So this is what we have, right? So we can come here, select this, copy the shape, sorry, copy the shape, paste this one here, come here, paste it here. So this is the shape, right? So it means this, they have to come down a little. Select this. Just make sure you take your time and then do it nicely, right? Because of time, that's why I'm brushing things out. So I think this is okay. Control D to duplicate. Control D again. Perfect. And I think this is okay, right? So for now, let's just copy the shape, right? I said shape, the icons, just paste any icons in, right? Any icon. So I gave you the icons for the returns, right? So don't worry, just paste in any icon for demonstration sake. And control D again. Use this icon here to make it look more professional, right? Perfect. So let's take the bar off. So this is what we have right now. Do you see that? Perfect. Now, when you come here, we are moving on to the next part. So we copy this. Let's paste this one here. Right. Perfect. So watch here. Right click and then click on show field list. Let's remove everything with the exception of what, quantity returned. Right. With the exception of quantity returned. Now we are just going to show, let me show you the completed version here. This one, we are going to show the quantity returned and then what, the refund rate by month, right? So we will have quantity returned and then refund rate, right? So watch what is happening here. So what is the refund rate? So this is the refund rate. Put it here. Then by month. So let's minimize this. Then the month name will come here. Right, perfect. So the reason why we are getting hash 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 here is because the formatting does not meet. So control one, and then we are going to use this hash comma hash hash zero. So when you hit OK, you see we have this, right? Perfect. So something like this is okay. Something like this is okay. Now, when you check the completed dashboard, do you see what we have here? So I'm going to do the same thing. Sorry, going to do the same thing here. You can extract it. You can extract this from the pivot table, or you can just use the same pivot table for your chart. So it will be what, a pivot chart. So I'm going to select this, go to home, copy the format paint, and then paint it on this to get the comma separator. Select this, copy the format paint. This, let's cancel this. paint it on this. Do you see that? Perfect. So now we can select them like this, go to insert, and then we can insert. When you go to recommended chart, it will recommend a combo chart for us, right? Or if it doesn't recommend a combo chart, sorry. So you see, it is recommending a combo chart, right? So just select the combo chart and then click on what. Okay, perfect. So this is what we have, right? Sorry, so this is what we have here. So we have the uh quantity ordered, and then what the what do you call it? The refund rate. You see that? But then you see the quantity ordered. This one is what? One, two, three, four, five, six. But then the refund rate is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So we should make sure they are all the same, right? So when you check the completed version, this starts from zero and then it ends at what? 2,400. This one starts from 0%, it ends at what? 12. So you are going to replicate the same thing. All right. So this is that. Select the label like this, grow one. Then here, you see now this is showing us 2,500, right? Let's make it 2,400. Hit enter. So it means this one is starting from minus zero. No, we don't want it like this. Start from zero. And the interval should be 400. Do you see that? So let's check this one. So it's 400, 800, 1,200, 1,006 up to this. Do you see that? So it's 400, 800, 1,200. This is perfect, right? And then this should, the maximum should be what? So you see here, the maximum is 14. Let's make the maximum 12. Perfect. So this is what we have right now. See, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So anytime you have to make sure we have what a consistent, number here. Perfect. So what we are going to do is uh, the the legend should be at the top, right? So as the same as this, you see the legend is at the top. So we are doing the same thing. So we select the chart, come to chart design, uh, come to add chart label, hover on legend, and then you see top. You see that? Perfect. So the bar, select the bar, control one. Let's make it something like maybe 140 is too small, 60 is too small. Okay, let's be consistent. So select the bar here, control one. It is what 20%, right? So let's do the same thing for this. This should also be what 20%. You see that? Perfect. And then the color should be this color with what 30%, transparency. Perfect. Now this, select the line and then scroll down. Then you see smooth line. So check smooth line, and then the color should be this color. This is what we are trying to do here. Perfect. So I'll exit this, make this one big. And then the label, I'll drag the label here. Sorry. Drag the label to this left part here. Perfect. So I'll select the chart, Control X to cut it. Sorry. Come to returns, select this chip and then paste it here. So I'll minimize it like this. Perfect. And then I'll bring it down a little. So what I'm going to do is control one, and I will see while the chart is selected, I will see no fill, no line. You see what we are trying to get here. So this is what we've gotten, right? This is what we've gotten so far. Perfect. So let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate this, Control D, and we can bring it here. Now we can say uh, quantity returned, quantity return and refund rate by month. Do you see that? Perfect. So now this, we are going to make it right aligned like this. Perfect. So this is what we have, right? This is what we have. Perfect. Do you see that? Perfect. So just follow me and then you'll be good to go. Now let's see what is happening again. Now this is going to be what we are going to show our top 10 products uh, and then customers by what returns, right? So this is top 10 customers with high returns, and then when you choose this is what top 10 products by high returns, right? So this is the same thing that we are going to do. So let's come here, come to our analysis. You can copy this, Control C, and then you can paste it somewhere here, right? Perfect. So now let's shift this one here. What we are going to do is I'm going to just right click and show field list, and then we are going to remove this. We're going to remove this. Uh, watch here. I'm coming. See something here. So this one, it is what we are showing the month. Sorry, it's not here. We are showing the product name and then what the customer, right? So this is what we are going to show here. So this one, instead of showing as month, let's move it. Let's move it here. See, okay, to move it, perfect. Now this one is going to be our customer. So now it's on active. Let's go to all. Let's go to the customers table. Then we choose what the customer to the rows section. And then here, you see it is showing customer, all the customers, right? It is showing all the customers. So we are going to see customer by what quantity returned. So quantity returned, perfect. So let's check if it is quantity returned. Perfect. It is quantity returned. So now instead of showing all the customers, we are only going to show what the top 10 customers. So we click on the button here, hover on value filters, and select what top 10. So the top 10. So we want to say top 10, right? So if you want to show top 5, you delete the 10 and you type 5, right? But this is going to be top 10, then hit what? Okay. So this is what our top 10 what customers, right? So we will select this, copy it, and then paste this one here. Now this, instead of showing this as customer, you will remove the customer and then show this as what product. So it will be what product name. You see that? So this one too is showing as well. Is showing all the product. So select the button, hover on values, top 10, and then hit what? Okay. So this one too is showing us what? Uh, top 10. Right. So we have the top 10 customers. We have top 10 what? Product. Now watch here. Watch what is happening here. So I'm going to say this is a combo. Then here I'll say customers. Then I'll say products. So I'll make it italic, and I'll come to the dashboard here, and I'll go to developer, go to insert, and I'll insert a combo box. Click on combo box, insert it here. Right, perfect. So I'll select the combo box like this, right click, and go to format control. So we've done this before, right? So the input range, I'm going to bring this one here, reference the input range like this. Then with the cell link, I'm going to go to analysis. Whilst this cell link is selected, I will link it here. You see that when I click OK and I click on the button, you see we have what? Customers and products. When I select customers, the cell length here should be 1. Do you see that? Perfect. So now, what we are going to say is you are going to write a function, and then the function is what? An if function. So equal to if, sorry, equal to if. So we're going to say if this number, then F4 to lock it, right? If this cell, F4 to lock it goes, you're going to copy it down. F4 to lock it is equal to 1. Then Excel should give us what? Uh, if it is 1, it is what? Customers. Then comma. If so, value if false. If it is not 1, then it is what? Product. So it enter. So because this is 1, so 1 is customers, and then 2 is what? Product. So watch here. I'm going to autofill it here, and I'll go to autofill it 10 times, right? So it will be something like this. Okay, so this one is not bad. Perfect. So do you see that? Now watch it. When I you see this is 1, right? When I change this to 2, this should also change, right? So you see now this is 2. Then this has changed to what? Uh Product name, right? So I'll select this and then I'll use my comma separator like this, and then I'll say no decimal place. You see that? Perfect. So we are going to use this for our chart, right? We are going to use, sorry, let me bold this, Control B. We are going to use this one for our chart. So I'm just going to select it like this, come here, go to insert, and then I'll choose this. I'll choose this, the bar chart here. So I'll remove the title, I'll remove the grid lines, and then I'll select this, and I'll say Control 1, and I'll say category in reverse order. So I'll check this. Okay, so now you don't have to check this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this, right? I'm going to sort this. So right click on this and then sort largest to smallest, right? So the same thing for this, sort largest to smallest. Now you see we have sorted this largest to smallest, but it is showing us this. So this is where we check, we select this and then see what categories in reverse order. Do you see that? Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, numbers here, and then this, select the bars, Control 1, and then we are going to reduce the size to, let's say, 20. So 20. Do you see that? Perfect. And then the color is going to be this color with what? 30% transparency. Do you see that? Perfect. Now select the chart, click on the plus button here, and then see what? Label, data labels. Do you see that? Perfect. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it, Control X, come here, select the shape, and then paste it here, Control V. So now see the size is too, the width is too much. I'll reduce the width like this. Perfect. Move it to the top, and I'll bring this one down like this. Do you see it? Perfect. So just do Control 1, say no fill, no line. So this is what we have, right? This is what we have. Select this, move it to the top a little bit. Perfect. So this is what we have, right? This is what we have. Perfect. So now when we change this to customers, you see it is changing. When we change this to product, it is also changing. Now we have to get a custom, title, right? You have to change it to a custom title. So if this is 1, this should be a different title. If it is 2, it should be a different title. So it's the same thing. If this number here, we are not going to lock it because we are not going to copy it down, is equal to 1, comma, then if it is equal to 1, then we are going to see uh top top 10. So if it is one, it is customers, right? Top 10 customers by what? Quantity. I'll say QTY, quantity returned, and close it, then a comma. So if it is false, if it is not equal to one, then it is equal to two, right? So if it is two, then we are going to see top top 10 products. If it is two, it is what? Product. Top 10 products by, or we are going to see with what? With high returns. Returns. Close it. Square bracket. This one too is going to be what? High returns with high returns. You see that? Perfect. So let's close the bracket. Hit enter. Now because this is two and then product is two, it's showing top 10 products by what? Top 10 products with high returns. So what we are going to do is let's duplicate this, position this one here. You see that? Then I'm going to go to the view, check the formula. You are going to reference this title here, hit enter. You see that? So select this, copy the format home, and come and paste it on this. Do you see that? Perfect. So we have the same thing. All right. So this is what we have, right? This is what we have. So let's shift this one to the top a little. Perfect. 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 So this is what we have, right? This is what we have. So when you change this to this, you see it is changing, right? Perfect. Now I already have my analysis. So what you have to do is you go through the analysis and see what is happening on the chart, right? What is happening on the dashboard, and then you just summarize everything here, right? Summarize everything here so that whoever takes the dashboard, and then if he or she is not a technical person, by just reading this, he or she will know that, oh, okay, so this is what is happening on the dashboard, right? This is what is happening on the dashboard. Perfect. So we are not done. So for now, we are, done with the most important part, right? So what is remaining here is what the what do you call it? The slices, right? The slices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm just going to copy it because this is not difficult, right? This is not difficult. So I'll select this. Sorry. I'll select this, select this, select this, and then Control C to copy, right? It's not difficult. They are just shapes, right? I'll just come here and paste them here. They are just shapes, right? They are just shapes. Perfect. So now when you click here, you will get an error, or it will send you here because this is linked to our completed dashboard, right? It is linked to our completed dashboard. So what I'm going to do is going to just exit our completed version. I'm not going to save. All right. So if you want to know how I did this, just right click. Sorry. Just right click and then go to what you will see. Okay, let me remove the link. And when I right click and then you see link. So when you right click, you will see link. So click on link. When you click on link, you will get this box here. It will be on email address, but just check, make sure you select place in this document. So select place in this document, and then now we are going to the transactions sheet, right? So we select transactions and then hit OK. So now when you click on transactions, you see it will send you to transactions, right? Perfect. So let's go to return. So this is the same thing, right? I did the same thing too. The analysis. So perfect. So now let's view the transactions, and then let's go to, or let's be on the analysis rather, and let's go to insert. Let's insert a slicer. Then the slicer will be for what? The category or the product category, something like this. So it will be for the product. Is it category or subcategory? Okay, let's use category and see. All right, so we we need category. So something like this, right? Perfect. So what we need is you just have to cut it, Control X, and then just have to paste it here. Perfect. So what we are going to do here is let's bring our shape, one shape here. Then the label, let's make the label, let's duplicate this. Then we can bring it here. Now we can see uh e-commerce dashboard. So here you can, put in uh, the name of your organization, right? The name of your organization, then their logo, right? Then for just for demonstration sake, just putting in anything here, right? You see that? Perfect. Now here too, we can select this. Sorry. So we can select the shape, and then copy. When it comes to transactions, you can paste it here. So the remaining part here, right? You choose to, do whatever you want, right? Just do whatever you want here. So now since we're on the transactions, let's change this one to maybe let's see, this should be maybe profits, right? So that you see the profit. Perfect. And then this should be our returns dashboard, right? Perfect. So now we can right click and go to what? Edit link, select place in this document. And then because we want to move to the profit margin sheet, select profit margin, hit OK. Now this one to right click, edit link, select place in this document, and then you select what? Returns dashboard. So when you check this, it will move you straight to the profit margin. When you come here and then you check this, it will move you straight towards the returns, right? Perfect. So the slicer, you can copy the slicer and then paste one here. So we are done with the important part. This part is just to beautify the dashboard, right? So the slicer, you can come here, select slicer, select this one, right click, and then duplicate, right? So when you duplicate, you will get this. You can name it to anything that you want. So the whole slicer, select whole slicer. Okay, let's go to header before the header. Just go to format. The font should be Calibri body. The color should be this color, faint color. And then border, we are going to see no border. The fill color, we are going to see no color. And then hit OK. And then hit OK. Now nothing shows here, right? So we just select this. Do you see that? You select this. So you see we duplicated this. So this is ours, right? This is what we are editing. So you see the name as cheat. Now select this one, right? Click this time around. We are not going to go to duplicate. We are going to go to what? Modify. And then we are going to go to selected item with data. So for now, go to selected item with data. Come here. The color should be Okay, selected item with data there. Font color should be this. Calibri, and then it should be what? Italic. Let's make it 12, 14 rather. The border should be this, and then the color should be this color. Then let's select here. Hit OK. When you click OK, you see that. Perfect. So this is what we have, right? This is what we have. So when you select it, this is what is showing, right? So it is only linked to this one, right? It is only linked to this one. Now, if you want to link it to all the pivot tables, let me clear it. Select the slicer, come to slicer, and then come to report connection. You see all the pivot tables that we have here, right? So mine will be very small, like small pivot table. But then when you do everything like the quantity order, net sales, you're going to get a lot of pivot tables here, right? So make sure you link it to all the pivot tables here. Click on what? Okay. So now watch here. When you select, sorry, when you select the slider like this, you see all the chat will be responding. Do you see that? Perfect. Do you see that? You see it? Perfect. So this is what we have, right? Perfect. So we can clear it. So this is what we've been able to do, right? This is what we've been able to do. So you just have to take your time and then make it nicely. But because of time, I don't want to waste my time here. So you take your time and then you make it nicely. So you want to remove the white background here. Select the slicer, come to slicer, come to this slicer, right click, modify, go to whole slicer, format. The fill color should be no color, or you can choose blue, something that resonate with the blue color here, right? So maybe something like this, but this one will be very deep. Something like this is not bad. You hit OK and OK. You see that you have removed the white color. You see that? Perfect. So I just have to take your time and then play along with these things, right? Perfect. So thank you for watching, and then see you in my other videos.